Hi everyone, welcome to Tech Educator. So I hope you are doing well. My name is Mohit, and I am here to tell you about some interesting topic today. That is event log file. So we know that event log file is an object that stores the event that we do. So let's say I have made any changes to the permission set or profile or any other event that occurred uh, in the Salesforce. So it captures uh, all the events. Let's see where we can see those events. Uh, yeah, so let's get started. So you can go to setup. In setup, you can find out like event, search for the event, and you will see these three things. So to capture your events, you have to select or you have to enable the generate event log files so that whenever you do any operations, it generates the event log files for you. Now, how can you see that? So you have to click on event log file browser, and there you can see all your events that has. So there are different type of events like logout URI or REST API. So you can see what are the APIs has been called and what how much time it has taken. So everything related to the API. So different type of events that we have. Today we are going to cover the event that is um, the permission set. Okay, so we have an event called permission. Okay, let's search with here. Yeah, so you can see here we have this permission. So let's see how it looks like when we download any. Okay, so you can see here, yeah, there are different type of events and then the description of each operation. So yeah, so this is what we have event log file. Okay, yeah, so here you can see all the events that are occurred during your operation. So whatever you do there, you will see for everything there is an event. So today we are going to create a framework where we can capture any type of event that is occurred here. So let's say any permission update or any API call update or any request. Let's say so any type of event you can see. So we are going to create a common framework where we can leverage all the events and what are the operations that are occurred for particular type of events. So to create the framework, what we are going to do is we are going to use the metadata. Okay. So I'm going to create a custom metadata. Okay. Uh, so you can see here. Uh, going to create event log file custom metadata, and uh, I'm going to create two fields. So one field is going to tell about the event type. Okay. So as we have seen, we have different type of events. Okay. So we are going to capture the events as well as the second field. I'm going to create about the fields which is required. Okay, so that you will understand later. So let's say test field. Let's say e event type. Okay, then can be p3, and it going to be required. Okay, uh, let's say that new test area field. Okay, this is also going to require. Okay, so now we are going to create the data for against what are the event that we need. Okay, so but let's search any event. I'm going
Yeah.
to pick up.
So here you can see we have different type of events. So under the event log file, you can go and search for the number of events. So I'm going to tell or explain about this permission update. So you can see here we have different type of fields available for this permission. So let's say we this is an event type permission update. So whenever any changes to the permission set or profile or permission set groups, you have to use this event to get the changes. Uh, okay. So yeah. So let's create an metadata. Um, okay. Let's say permission update, and we are going to use the same name. Okay, and the fields. Okay, so the fields we have is one is description. So I'm going to uh, description, and then let's say login key. Okay, login key or the organization ID. Okay, so I'm going to put everything with separated by comma. Okay, so that it will be easy for me to get the to extract the fields from this field. Okay, so I'm just going to save it. Okay, so now we have event type and the fields which I need to trigger. So for each event, you can also create multiple records uh, in this custom metadata, and everything will be triggered. Okay, so let's develop a new framework. Create a So for that, I'm going to create a new batch class that will help to run asynchronously because we don't need uh, these data immediately. Okay, so um, let's say event log file. Okay, so this is in class. So as we know, we have to follow the syntax for batch class. I'm going to convert this class into batch class. Okay. So class. So we will also require stateful interface. So I'm going to use that stateful interface. Okay. Yeah. So before first of all, what we need to do is we need to get all the custom metadata. So to get the custom metadata, I'm going to create the constructor for this class. Okay. So public, which will help me to get the metadata whenever this class is called. Okay. So list of uh, okay, some metadata. Okay. Uh, or let's directly get directly log query the data. Okay. So say let's say select. Uh, then we have fields. One is event type, comma fields. So I'm going to query all the all the metadata under this data. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a map that can store for each metadata type what are the fields. Okay. It will be an as a string, but we are going to uh, do the operation on the string. So we say list of string, and then again the list of string. uh, let's say now I'm going to use this metadata. I'm going to loop it. Say list of string. So I'm going to split these fields, okay, separated by comma, okay, because we have entered the values in separated by comma, okay. So I'm going to split this with comma, okay, and
I'm going to store this dot. The key will be the type and the value will be list of attributes. I'm going to say attributes. Okay. So yeah. Now um, let's go with the start method of the batch class. So global, and then I'm going to query the event log file. Okay. So return return and then select ID, comma, log file, comma, and type from log file. So I'm going to filter those because there will be a lot of data. What we need is we need to get the log files which is mentioned in the metadata. Okay, so as per the data, we have this. Okay, so permission update. So user wants us to get the data of the permission update event type only. So that is why we have queried here. And so okay, so I'm going to say where event type is equal to. Okay, so this is a that is why we have created this map here. Dot uh, key set, which will give the keys and so we are going to trigger the event uh, day 1 day after. Okay, so let's say today I have done the operation, but we need to schedule this class at 12 a.m. every day. So at 12 a.m. what will happen? Every the data which is related to particular event will be captured at that. I mean that previous day data we can get it if we run on next day. Okay, so I'm going to say created date is equal to yesterday. Okay, and okay, so I'm going to tell one more thing here. Let's say we want to the schedule this batch class on a hourly basis. Let's say uh, 1 hour before I have updated something and I want to get the log of it. So for that we can also add an filter here. We can which can be like interval is equal to hourly. Okay, so this can be like this, but we are not going to use it. So as of now, I'm going to remove it. But if you want, if you can edit, okay. Yeah, and then this method is complete. Now we are going to tell the next method, that is execute method. Okay, so global, that doesn't return anything. EQ, um, database dot event. Mm. So we are going to get the event log files. So okay, and then okay, yeah. Now we have this. So we are going to loop through this. Okay. So now I want to say we have to create two variables that can store the uh, the 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 event type as well as the fields. Okay, which is going to be used. Uh, okay, so public event type. Okay, so say I'm going to store these event uh, type and attributes as we are receiving from this event log file. Okay, so this event. So I'm going to get that from here. Okay, so get find relative of dot get, and then say as dot event. Okay,
So let's query this. Okay, let's query and see what we get out of. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, yeah. So when you query, you can see here the log file and the event type. Okay, but when you query, you are seeing as an URL the log file. Okay, but we don't need that log. So when you use that log file, you get as an string. Okay, uh, so we are going to use this string. Okay, or and we are going to convert to an string. Okay, so let's say string URL s dot. Okay, and yeah, so this till now are we good? Okay, um, and I'm just I'm creating the niche method. Okay, so we have the string. Now we want to get the uh, the attributes. Okay, so let's say we have these are the fields which is required. Okay, but when you query, you will see these fields in a different orders. Okay, so one field will be like maybe login key might be before to the description. Okay, or the organization ID might be in between somewhere. Okay, so we want to get the key. Okay, so let's say I have uh, ABC, XYZ, and uh, PQR. Okay, now I want to get the index of XYZ. Okay, so that I'm going to do now. Okay, so I'm going to create a new method. So which will return me the list of integer. Okay, say I'm going to pass this URL. Okay, I'm going to say public the list of integer, and then going to say the name. Okay, let's say uh, so this is an URL that I'm okay. So let's say list of uh, integer I'm going to return
list of integer, then okay. Okay. So I'm going to store everything in this list, which I am going to return. Okay. So let's say I you will see the data. Now you might I need to get integer I, and so I'm going to split that value into separated by comma. Sorry, new line. Okay. Dot index slash n 0. Okay. And I'm going to say that again. I'm going to remove the double quotes from this first string. Okay. So I'll say I have this one. Then from 0 to I. Okay. So I'm going to get the first line. Okay. And then I'm going to remove that from the first line. I'm going to remove the double quotes. Okay. Okay. So let's see an example like how it what we are trying to do and how it is looking like. So whenever we will get as an URL, so we will receive the data like this, okay, which has uh, the colon, the double quotes, and separated by comma, okay. So and as well as a new line, we are receiving each row, okay. So what we have done before, like if you can see, we have we are trying to find out the index, okay, of the slash n, okay. So it will give me the integer value of this, okay. Till now we will receive it, okay. Now um, from that 0 to particular value or the index, we are going to get the string, okay. And from that we are going to remove the double quotes, these double quotes, okay. So we will have the value separated by comma, the string will have, okay. Now what we are going to do is, again, we are going to split that string uh, and store it in a list, okay. So list of string, okay. And then I'll say this dot split, okay. Now we will get, so this first line of string is divided, and we will everything we have in the list, we are storing just these values, okay. Now we are going to get the index of each value. So we are going to look that uh, okay, okay, and then we so if that that string is contains in our attribute, okay, so we are going to check uh, these values. If these values are exist in in uh, in these values in this string, so we are going to get the index of it. Okay, so um, if attribute list dot contains mm, attribute, okay, and so I'm going to say integer z is equal to attribute list dot, so I'm going to get the index of that value. Okay, and I'm going to insert that index. Okay, so this index will be helpful, uh, you know, to get uh, mm, to get the particular field. Okay, so I okay. Um, says okay, it's clear now. So what we are going now, we have this index value. Okay. Um, so now we will, let's say, row. So first row will have. So I need to create a method now. One method that can return me as an HTML uh, data. Okay. So I'm going to say or uh, create a table. Okay. Let's say so I'm going to pass the URL as well as uh, these attribute index. Okay. So let's see this attribute index. Oh, sorry, it's not the table. Okay. Um, that is table. So this is again, this is going to be in a form of string. Uh, the table, and then I'll say mm, uh, log file that we are receiving, and then again the list of integers, integer, I'm going to store this on the file, or say um, say that file as an log file. Okay, and we'll create a new list of string. Uh, so now what we need to do is we need to create a wrapper class. The wrapper class will help to iterate through this file. Okay, so yeah, uh, row iterator. Okay, and so we are going to iterate to the string. So that's why I'm using iterator, and iterable is because it may contain the long string. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to create a private variables string data. Okay, and then index, and that is. So row delimiter will be used to get or to separate from the nest line. Okay, so I'll create a rep constructor for this class. So public, and then I'm going to say I'm equal to file data. Okay, and I'll have some other my constructor. Uh, data, data, Um, so this is like file data, and then data is going to be. So I'm going to create some methods now, which will help me to determine till what the next line. Okay. So let's say we are reached here now. We want if we don't have any mechanism to find out whether the next whether the next string is available or not. It is going to send us index out of bounds exception. Okay. So to remove it, we are going to have this method that is going to return the boolean value. I'm going to say it as next. And then mm, it will return uh, if um, sorry, index as a less value, then next method. Okay. It is going to return true. Otherwise, it is going to return. Sorry. Okay. Now we need to find out the string. Okay. What is the next string? Okay. So I'm going to say public string. So I'm looping, I'm iterating through the one by one. Okay. So let's say one string, and then second string will be like till now this, and this is what the third string. Okay. So one by one, it will give me the string. So what string, how to get it. So that's why we are getting the method here next. Okay. Um, so is e um, the- um, okay. Uh, it is going to give me the key or the integer value. Okay. And then from where to where. So if e is equal to -1, then we are going to say is uh, data dot. Now I'm going to say row. So row will be like uh, hmm, substring from. Okay. Now say equal to e plus plus one. Okay. Uh, Now, this will return me a string. Okay. So one by one, it will look through the strings and it will return a complete string from here to from this to this. Okay. Now I'm going to say the methods, iterator method, which will help me to iterate. Okay. Yeah. Mm, this is okay. This 51. Yeah, you see. Now, so we have this class, wrapper class, which will give the string value, and the string value now we are going to use it. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to call this method, call this class, iterator. I'm going to pass this, and I'm going to say separated by new line. Okay. So yeah, then once we have the row, we'll convert this into the table now. Okay. Um, let's say first row. Okay. Creating a string while row dot is next if mm, if if the new line is present, then we will get the new row, and we will add that new line into this. Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay. Uh, Now, once we have this, I'll say list of. So we are going to have list of string. Uh, which uh, I mean we can uh, list of stop string. So I'm going to store the past event that uh, we are getting here. Okay, so you know list of list of string. Okay, so I'm going to loop it. So string, and then line or log events. Then I'm going to say line. I'm going to get the one line. So line dot this. I'm going to replace all the values with nothing. Yeah. Okay. So now, if let's say the line value is so this, I'm going to say separate by comma and replace it with nothing, and then dot print. I'm going to print it, and then going to say length. If that length is equal to 0, then eh, we are just going to break. Okay. Otherwise, we are going to split that. Okay. So I'm created this here now. I'll use the uh, uh, okay. So I have uh, this event. Okay. Now with that, I'm going to create uh, this. I'm going to convert string into the HTML table. Okay. So I'm going to say list first row is equal to something like template. Okay. So the first will be HTML, then it will be like body. Okay. And I'm just going to create the first, so that next going to create as an standard template right now, that is table. Then okay. Now I'm going to loop that particular string list of. To create a row. So first will be every time it whenever it is going to loop. So now it is looping against this. Okay. So it is looping inside one string only. So table row and it will loop till I the value of the j is not less than the size of the attribute index. Okay. So the attribute index is this one. Okay. Size. Okay. So the row is, we will add in that row um, and anyway. So, so the first table row, and now we are going to add table data, then plus. So I'm going to have this list of, I'm going to say attribute index. Okay. The value from the index. Let us say. So it will first it will be zero. So whatever the value it has, okay. Let's say uh, this login key is placed as the number of uh, let's say it is placed in here. Okay, login key. So it is going to get the value of it. Okay, so here we have seen here, so the log attribute index of j will give me the value of index of this login key, that is like 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So this will give me 11 here, but we are going to get the value of from that string. Okay. uh, and so yeah, and then closing the table row, and then j plus plus. Okay, and at the end I'm going to attach, I'm going to close the row. Okay. Now I'm going to say row plus, I'm going to close the table. Okay, so table, and then closing of the body, and then closing the HTML. Okay.
And after closing the HTML, I am going to give a line break, so that if I have, let's say if I have multiple data or multiple rows for each file, then we can give a separate value. Okay. Mm, yeah. So we are here. Okay. So I'm going to say, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's it. And I'm going to return row. So we have now, we are getting the table in form of string. Okay. And then at the end we will say, like, if the row is not equal to null, then we are just going to okay. So we'll have multiple tables. We can have multiple tables. Okay. So to add the tables, okay, we will create a string, list of string that will help to store all the HTML uh, values. Okay. So I'm going to create the list of string log row equal to new list. If this log row will add. Okay. Um, okay. Let's see. Let's try to run this first. I'm going to say we are in finish. Okay. So let's learn. Let's run this and see what it is. Is there any issue or is there any error? Okay. So I have this class. I'm going to just run it. Okay. I'm going to see. Yeah. Yeah. So we have this log row where we are getting the data. Okay. Good. And let's see if the finish method is run. So it's um, yeah. Okay. So perfectly fine. We are good till now. Okay. So uh, now we have this. Now we need to trigger an email. Okay. So to trigger an email, we will use the finish method to trigger the event email. Okay. So we'll say uh, uh, if what size is greater than zero, then we'll say send email. You create a method send mail, and then which will consume. So we can send it to uh, multiple email addresses. Okay. So I'm going to say test.
at the rate uh, gmail.com. Okay. And I'm going to say a message subject, that is event update, and the body. Okay. So the body is nothing but um, um, string. So yeah. So I need to convert this first into a string. So mm, let's say string body equal to- and for string row. And body plus row. Okay. And then I'm going to say this body. Now we need to write a method that can send the email address. Okay. So I'll write it here. So public, public static void send mail. Okay. That will consume the list of string. We have a class, messaging class, message dot dot. Subject, and then uh, mail dot send. HTML, sorry, HTML body, and then next body. Okay. Then messaging dot equal to, so it will be an array. If, if the is success, we are going to say just print email sent. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if 52 embedded type message and dot email email address, email message, message, parent spelling mistake, simple email message, not messages. Okay. And then still says 56. Okay. Messaging dot single email message. Email message. 57 result. Okay. Yeah, let's run it again. Okay. So we have this and email sent successfully. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, you can see here the data which we have triggered. So yeah, this is how it will be. Um, so stay tuned for the next videos. If you like this feature, then please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Thanks a lot.